Good evening, children.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. How are you?
How are you all?
Hi, ma'am. How are you? Hi, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good. So, how are the preparations going on for the exams?
Good, ma'am. Good, ma'am.
School also, you must be having exams next month, no? In February?
Ma'am, from 16th, I have PT2 exams, ma'am. First exam is Max, ma'am.
Okay, from 16th Feb.
Yes. No, ma'am. From
Ah,
January 16th January.
16th January. Okay, it's just coming up.
Ma'am, mine, I'll have in February, I'll have my PT4, ma'am.
24th of Feb. That's your final exam, no?
No, ma'am. Just in February month, first week, ma'am, I'll have my PT4, ma'am, and finals will be March, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Chalo, you have time for your preparation for final exams. Good, beta ji.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Trilokya. How are you, beta?
Fine, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good. Good evening, Neha. Good evening, Nishika.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Vichi. Okay, so yesterday we had started with knowing our numbers, right? So did you practice something? I had told you to practice on Indian system of numeration, and some questions were also given from the exercise.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So Trilokya, you were telling me that you are not able to, do those type of sums conversion, sums from international to Indian system.
Yes, ma'am. There, I've had a little problem with it.
So now, are you finding it okay now?
Yes, ma'am. It's easier.
Now we have just done the Indian system. I'll explain you the international system also now. Okay? But is it something that you are understanding now?
Yes, ma'am. It's easier.
No. Okay, now we'll compare it. Okay, once you go through both of them, then you can compare it. And just that table should you should keep it in your mind, the order of the table, right? Okay, so here is the chapter. The place values you should know. Okay, I'm moving to the screen. Okay, here is the screen now. Okay, now see the international system. See, you can note down this table for international system of numeration. Like yesterday you did for the Indian system. Please note down this table. And with this, look here everyone. See, just understand it once. It starts with ones, tens, hundreds. Okay. Then it has thousands, 10,000s and 100,000. Are you understanding? It has three columns here. In thousands, it has three columns. Now the first column is same as the Indian system, ones, tens, hundreds. But in the second column, you can see there are three columns, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. Then in the next column, that's for millions, you have million, 10 million, 100 millions. Okay. So in every column, there are three sub columns. Okay, and if you have to count the number of zeros that it has, so for ones place, there is no zero. Yes, in tens place, you will have 1 0 with the number, okay? And in hundreds place, you have 2 zeros. In thousands place, you have 3 zeros. 10,000s place, you have 4 zeros. 100,000, you have 5 zeros. And as per our Indian system, where do you find 5 zeros? Where do you find 5 zeros?
1 lakh.
In 1 lakh. So 1 lakh is how many? 1 lakh is their 100,000. Yes? You understood now? Are you understanding? 1 lakh is 100,000. like this, 100,000. Are you understanding now?
Yes, ma'am.
Those who had
Yes,
doubts
ma'am.
in this concept. Now, million. In millions, you can have 6 zeros, and 10 millions, you will have 7 zeros. 100 millions, you will have 8 zeros. And then is the next column of billions. Billions, you will have here 9 zeros. Then you will have 10 zeros here. Then you will have 11 zeros in 100 billions. Are you understanding this? Yes. And as per the Indian system, what did you see there? Let's see, compare that also with this. Now this was here. Now if you have to count the number of zeros, with every column, the 110 is increasing, right? So in the first column, ones place you will have no zero, right? In the second column, you will have 1 0. Third column, you will have 2 zeros. In thousandth place, you will have 3 zeros. In 10,000th place, you will have 4 zeros. Lakh, you will have 5 zeros. 10 lakh, you will have 6 zeros. Crores, 7 zeros. 10 crores, 8 zeros. Okay. Now, can you compare this with the international system? If you keep both the Indian system and international, this is Indian system and international system side by side, then it's much easier to compare them. Okay. Okay. So, okay. Now, if I give you a number, suppose, okay, let me give you some numbers. Make this column in your notebook first. And please write the number of zeros also. As I have written on top, we should also write. These are number of zeros. Is there anyone else who's finding difficulty in this Indian system and international system?
Ma'am, now we need to draw international system.
Yes, yes. Make this table in your notebook.
Okay.
Is there anyone who's still finding difficulty in this?
Ma'am, I don't understand the international system.
Okay. Okay, I'll explain you once again. You understood the Indian system, Nishika?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now see the international system. It starts from ones. Okay, like in Indian system, you had ones, tens, hundreds places, no? So same way, in international system also, it starts from ones place. These are the place values. Tens place, hundreds place. Okay. Then after that, you have thousands place, 10,000 place. Then you have 100,000 place. This place is not there in Indian system. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, this part is not there in Indian system. This is only in international system. So this is how we categorize this. In ones column, and this is the total ones column. Okay, ones, tens, hundred. This is all the ones column. In this, you have 3 sub columns. Sub columns means in one big column, you have 3 small columns. Right? Which is ones, tens, hundreds. Okay. Then you have the next column of 1,000. Here you have again 3 columns here. 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. Okay, you understood this much?
Yes, ma'am.
Then next column that you have is millions. Now in millions also you will see there are 3 sub columns. Million, 10 million, 100 millions. Okay, right?
Okay.
So in every sub column you can see it's 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. Million, 10 million, 100 million. Billion, 10 billion, 100 billion. Right? You
Yes,
can
ma'am.
see this. This is the same thing going on. From the ones column, ones, tens, hundred, then you have the thousands column, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, then you have millions column, million, 10 million, 100 millions. Then you have the billions column, billion, 10 billion, 100 billion. You understood now?
Yes, ma'am.
Now if I have to write a number, see, suppose if I write 1,000, okay, so 1,000, how will I write 1,000? I will put in place of 1,000, below I will put 1 here, and the rest, all the columns will be blank, that's 0. Yes, this is how I write 1,000. So that means in 1,000 I have how many zeros? 1, 2, and 3 zeros. Yes, and that's how I'm saying that in 1,000 you have number of zeros are 3. Okay. Similarly, randomly I'm taking this 10 million. Okay, this is the 10 million place. Now if I have to write 10 million, how will I write here? I'll write 1 here, and the rest of the columns will all be 0. So how many zeros are here in 10 million? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's how I said that in 10 millions there are 7 zeros.
Okay.
Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Similarly, if I have to write for 100 billions, I will put 1 more 0 here. With all these zeros, I will put 1 more 0 and 1 over here. And the rest all columns will be 0. So that means in 100 millions, you will have 8 zeros. Okay? Same way for billion, 10 billion, 100 billions. So these are on top in black, I have written the number of zeros. Okay?
Okay.
Now you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now once you have understood this, just have a look at the Indian system also, so that you will be able to compare both the systems. Once you have understood them individually, now see them both together. Okay? Now see this Indian system. If you see this, here you can see this is ones, tens, 100. Okay, this is one column, ones column, ones, tens, 100 is one category. Okay, then you have 1,000 and 10,000. Now these thousands are making one column. Yes, Nishika?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And please others also, those who have not asked, please listen carefully. Okay. It's not only Nishika, but I'm telling others also. If you have any doubts, please ask. Neha, are you understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now in lakhs, you can see there are 2 columns of lakh and 10 lakh, right? So here this is the column of lakhs. In crores, you have 2 columns of crores and 10 crores. Okay. So that's how we put commas. Like suppose if you have a big number, suppose if you have this number 653275829. So how will I put the commas? Commas are put after every column, right? Like this. These are called periods. So after these first three digits from here, ones, tens, hundreds, I will put one comma. Then after both the 1,000 places, I will put comma. Then after this lakh, there are 2 lakh columns, lakh and 10 lakh. I will put comma. Then I have crores and 10 crores. So that means after every start from the beginning, I will put comma after first 3 digits from the right side here. Then after 2 digits, I'll put comma after 2 digits. And then why I am putting after two digits? Because this is my thousands places. These are my lakhs places. And these are my crores places. And initially these were what? Ones, tens, and hundreds. Okay? Right, children? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Everyone understood this part?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And in international system, how do you put commas? So suppose if you have a big number, suppose if I say these are
After every
Yes. So after first three numbers, you will put comma here. After ones, tens, hundreds place, you will put comma here. Okay, after first three digits. Then after again three digits, because thousand, there are three columns of thousand, no? So that's 1,000, 10,000 and 100,000. Okay, then you will put comma, then you have million, 10 million and 100 millions. Then you will put comma, then you have billion, 10 billion and 100 billions, right? So after every three digits, you will put commas, right? Are you understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone understood the concept now?
Yes, ma'am.
Nishika, is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Adya, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, let's see some more statement sums now. Yesterday we were doing the statement sums, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we had done, I had given 4, 5 and 6 for homework. Have you all done this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So let's complete these questions, the book questions first, and then we'll take up some more extra questions also. Okay? So let's start with question number 8. I think this is the only exercise here now. After this, the chapter is done. Okay. Question number 8 now. I want Neha to read the question. Neha. Neha, read the question.
Yes, ma'am. A student multiplied 7,236 by 65 instead of multiplying by 56. By how much was his answer greater than the correct answer?
Hmm.
Hint, do you need to do both the multiplications?
So, what do you think about this question?
Ma'am, first we need to multiply 7,236 by 64, and then multiply 7,236 by 56 and
Uh,
subtract the smaller one from the
so
greater.
that's what is written in the hint. That do you need to do both the multiplication? If you multiply both the things first with 65 and then with 56, that will take lot of time, no? So what do you see first? What is the difference between the two numbers? Okay. In see the multiplication was done with 65 instead of 56. So first see what is the difference between the two numbers. So what is the difference? 65 minus 56. How much is that?
9.
9. Right? Okay. So now what will you do? You will multiply that difference 9 with this number, the number which is originally given to us.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So what do you get after when you multiply 9 with 7,236, 7,236? What do you get? That will be your answer.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. You understood this?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody understood? So instead of multiplying this number with 65 and then multiplying with 56 and then subtracting, instead you should find the difference between 65 and 56. Okay. When you find the difference between that 9, so that difference should be multiplied with this. And whatever answer you get, that much is the, but how much was his answer greater than the correct answer? So that much was the answer greater than the correct answer, right? Do it in your notebooks. You all understood this? Yes, everyone? Any child who did not understand? Anyone who did not understand, please ask. Nishika, you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Abhya? Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Abhya?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand the question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Neha, Trilokya?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, we got this same answer in our last exam, ma'am.
Which exam, beta?
Half yearly, ma'am.
Okay. Chalo, good. So do this question now. Do with proper statement. Your first statement will be what? That you have to take the difference between the two numbers, 65 and 56, right? Then in your next statement, you will write that the answer is greater than the correct answer by 7,236 multiplied by 9. Done, children? Hello? Okay. So let's move to the next question. Okay. Nishika, read question number 9. Yes, beta.
I got 65,123.
I'm not getting you. Say again.
I got 65,124.
65,124. Okay, that's correct, beta. That's correct. Okay, Nishika, read question number 9.
Yes, ma'am. To stitch a shirt, 2 meters, 15 centimeter cloth is needed. Out of 40 meters cloth, how many shirts can be stitched, and how much cloth will remain?
To stitch a shirt, 2 meter 15 centimeter cloth is needed. Okay. Out of 40 meter cloth, how many shirts can be stitched? Now it's saying if one shirt requires this much of cloth and the total cloth is 40 meter, so how many shirts can be stitched in this much cloth and how much cloth will remain? How will you find out this? Just think of it, Trilokya. Not Trilokya, Nishika. Nishika, what do you think about this?
Ma'am, you have to convert the meters into centimeters.
Yes, first thing is that you convert it to 1 unit. Okay, then after that,
Ma'am, then after that, you would divide the centimeters of 2 meters and 15 centimeters to the 40 meters of cloth.
okay, so then you will divide it. Okay, so you have 40 meter and 2.15 centimeters. Okay, so try avoiding the decimal. Okay, so just convert it to centimeters, right? If you convert both the numbers to centimeters, you will not get any decimal. Yes?
400 centimeter divided by
So
200.
this will be 4,000 centimeters and this will be 215 centimeters, right? And then what will you do to find the number of cloths, number of shirts? So that means you will divide 4,000 by 215, right? Okay. And when you subtract it, you will get the remaining cloth. Can you do now? Start doing in your notebook. So whatever, after dividing, whatever remainder you get, that much cloth will be left.
Ma'am, can you explain one more time?
Okay, beta, I'll do. Now see here. I'll show you on a separate page. Where is the page? Okay, see here. It's saying that one shirt, to make one shirt, this much meter cloth is required. Okay.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
this much you will convert it to centimeters, right? So when you
Yes.
convert it to centimeters, 2 meter is how many centimeters?
200, ma'am.
200 centimeters, right?
Plus
15
15, ma'am,
centimeters.
215
Yes,
centimeters.
that's 215 centimeters. And you have total cloth length is 40 meters given. So that also when you convert, you will get multiplied 100, which is equal to 4,000 centimeters, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now it's asking how many shirts can be made. In this much of total cloth, how many shirts can be made? So number of shirts, how do you get number of shirts into cloth required for one shirt? Will give you total cloth length. Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
you understood this much? So one shirt, so you want to find how many shirts, number of shirts. So number of shirts you want to find out, and you have total cloth required for one shirt is 215 centimeters, and total cloth length is 4,000 centimeters. So number of shirts will be how many? 4,000 upon 215, right?
Got my answer. Done, ma'am.
On 215. Now when you divide
Yes, ma'am.
4,000 by 215, you can divide it like this. Okay, this simple division. So when you divide like this, just divide and check what you get. 215 when you do, you will get 5. This is 8. This is 1 and one more 0. Right? And then,
That's by 8, ma'am.
yes.
215 into 8, ma'am.
8. So we can do with 8. This will give 4 here. So this will be 217, right? We can do with 8. So this will give 1720. And in your remainder, you have 130. So that means complete shirts that can be manufactured here are 18, right? Are you understanding this?
Yes, ma'am, I understand now.
Number of complete shirts that can be made are 18.
18, ma'am.
Okay. And how much of the cloth is left?
130.
130 centimeter cloth is left. Okay, because in 130 centimeter, you cannot make another shirt, no? Okay, to make one shirt, you need 215 centimeter of the cloth.
Yes.
So this cloth is less for another shirt. So left cloth is the remaining cloth, you can write. Remaining cloth is equal to 130 centimeter. Okay. I'm all done.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, let's see the next question. Next question number 10. Okay. Shreyansh, read question number 10.
Medicine is packed in boxes, each weighing 4 kg 500 grams. How many such boxes can be loaded in a van which cannot carry beyond 800 kg?
So how many? See, medicine is packed in boxes, each weighing 4 kg 500 grams. So each box is weighing 4 kg 500 grams. How many such boxes can be loaded in a van which cannot carry beyond 800 kgs? So it's better to first convert in grams everything. Let's do the conversion first.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Then after that, what will you do, Shreyansh?
Divide them.
Yes, you will divide them because here you have to find the number of boxes. How many? It's asking no, how many such boxes can be loaded. So when you are asking for how many, that means you have to divide the total weight by the weight of one box. Okay? Yes, children. Did you understand this? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Adya, Neha, Nishika, Trilokya.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's start doing then. Do you have any doubts in your practical geometry chapter? Did you all revise that? Did you all revise the practical geometry? Because your Sunday test is also live now. Do you anyone has any doubts in practical geometry?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Nishik, and please make sure that you write steps of construction for every question, okay? Yes, Nishika?
Yes, ma'am.
This time you will not miss the steps, okay? For every question, you should write the steps, whether it's asked in the question or not. If the question is construction question, then you have to write the steps of construction. And Adya, you must also answer the test. Okay?
Yeah, ma'am, sure.
Okay, Shreyansh, why don't you send your test on WhatsApp?
able to post it in them.
What problem you face?
Like ma'am, I try ma'am PDF, it shows loading, but it's not posted in ma'am. I'll try this time ma'am.
Okay. Did you take help from Manisha ma'am? Did ma'am explain you?
Yes ma'am.
Is subjective or objective?
Today is subjective, beta.
Okay, ma'am.
I'll try now. So if I cannot, I'll contact her ma'am.
Okay. Yes, hurry up. Last two questions are left. We'll do them quickly. Last time is about to get over. Okay, done. How much is when you convert this to grams? 4 kg, 500 grams is how many grams?
4,500.
4,500. Okay. 800 kg. Nishika will tell me 800 kg is how many grams, Nishika? Yes, Nishika. 800 kg is how many grams? Nishika, can you hear me? Nishika is there?
No ma'am. Yes ma'am.
No, she's not there. Okay. Neha, you tell me 800 kg is how many grams?
It's 800,000 grams.
Yes. So you will, to convert it to grams, you will multiply by 1000, right? Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
8 and 50. So it becomes 8 lakh grams, right? So now
Yes.
after that, what will you do? Now to find the number of boxes which can be loaded. So that is number of boxes will be 8 this many grams, the total weight of the total weight which the van can carry divided by the weight of one. Okay, children, let's wind up. We are just left with two questions, so we'll continue these two next time, right?
Okay ma'am.
Okay. So can you have it reflected in the sheet? Okay. So please practice whatever we have done, okay, and do your test well.
Yes ma'am.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye ma'am. Thank you ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a nice